used his slow stuff at times, but he had great command with his fastball and made big pitches when he needed to.
What do you think was the difference tonight? Your team was playing defense. You got a couple timely hits. It was a good team win.
Yeah, we're going to have those. It's just hard to get anything here recently, and guys get a little shot in the arm with Colton, and did a great job getting us going. And then adding on late with some aggressiveness with Gritch, pushing the envelope a little bit, and Jose getting the job done. But this was pitching. Lance was so good. Rosie came in, was terrific, and O got through it. So and get him in there a little more regularly, hopefully with a lead, keep him sharp. But just a great overall effort.
What did looked like Scotty made it? This might even before he got to first that he was going to second. Did he see something out there to push?
Saw a chance, yeah. So I was encouraging him even before the game. Let's be aggressive. I think you have a tendency sometimes when you're going through a rut like this to fear making a mistake, and then you're passive. And I think that can take away from something I believe is a strength of ours. And we have that ability. We have so many of these guys like Randall and Steven and Colton. They have the ability to push the envelope when it comes to how they run the bases and how they put pressure on the defense. Took a perfect throw when he got him, but in that situation, especially with the score where it was, I think it's a good shot.
In the ninth, would you prefer that Martinez let Wong have that ball or have him?
No, I want him aggressive. Same idea. Go get everything, and you get guys starting to back off. They haven't had that much time to communicate either, and really learn each other's nuances and how much range each has. But that's a ball I want our first baseman going after. Go out, go get everything you can, and then you hear somebody call you off. That's when you change course.
Mike Griggs made a nice play third. Is he just an infielder now, more than just a one position kind of guy?
Yeah. We put him at short sometimes last year too, and you probably see it again. And I think he's going to make plays. He did a nice job there all day long. Went to his backhand, came in well, and he's still putting together really good at bats. But one of those he's just a spark for us, and you know what you're going to get. He's going to play the game the right way.
On a percentage basis, how many more breaking balls does Lynn throw now than he used to throw?
Yeah, I'd say a higher percentage for sure. But the cutters kind of, he fools around with the speed on it where sometimes it's a little bigger. But he actually went to the slower breaking ball too today, and it was effective. And I think that's going to be something that is just going to make him better as he goes, because it will make his fastball that much more effective.
Is there any change in the status of Matt Carpenter?
No, he was pretty sore today. So, and we don't know what that's going to look like tomorrow. We got to wait until he gets in here and they do a series of treatments on him. But it's pretty swollen today.
You ever seen a 78-pitch complete game before at Louis?
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. Outside of the home run and then adding on a little bit late, he did a nice job. He pitched a good game. That's a few in a row he's done.
The last out Dollar makes, you look at that and say this guy's close to being right back where
Yeah, he's had a couple really nice swings that I think is encouraging to him, that the work that he's doing is getting him close. And he feels it too. He can tell by how he's seeing the ball. You can tell some of his takes, how much closer he's getting, and excited to get him in a good place in his mind.
You talked about plug and play a little bit, try to kind of get a spark going here, but you're pretty set on keeping that top three the way it is for a long period of time, right? Give those guys a chance to work that out.
You're talking between Dex and Carp, pretty good long track record that these guys are going to get on base. And Diaz in his short stint in the big leagues showing the propensity to figure out how to get on. And that's going to be a key to our offense. So Dex, that's his spot, and he's going to get it figured out and roll.
Carpenter can't play him on. You wouldn't hesitate to put Martinez at first base again?
Wouldn't hesitate, no. Big at-bat for us again. And, this guy, he can hit. And he looks good at first base, too.
To settle things and kind of get on a positive roll. What kind of foundation can starting pitching be?
Yeah, it's the foundation. Yeah, there's no doubt that our starting pitching is going to set the tone for everything else. Lance stepped up today and want Mike Leake to be the same guy, and right down the line, and they should be. And we've seen what this starting staff can do, and that's a lot to put on them. But I know that's certainly what they expect of themselves too.
Richard ended up being the winning run after taking the third on that throw from Cervelli. How do you see his aggressiveness and athleticism helping the team going forward?
Well, you saw a beautiful catch in left field also. Just watching him all over the field defensively, but I think there is another gear we talked about with Piscotty too. I think there's another gear for those guys, and that aggressiveness has to happen. They got to, once again, not fear making a mistake on the bases once we give them the green light, or if their instincts tell them. If they've thought about everything and they have been working about understanding situations when it is good to push it a little bit. But Randall's a guy, he runs well enough to always put pressure on, and good things happen sometimes when you do that.
If he's safe at second and Cervelli doesn't make that throw, do you think he scores on the Martinez single?
Oh yeah, he runs really well, and I'd love to watch when these guys do just get that confidence and they take chances too, where they're reading balls off the bat and just trusting their instincts instead of having to see it down. But Randall runs; he's an above-average runner, and the base stealing should be there, but certainly those extra bases when balls are hitting the gap, and he just has to. He has to have the want to, and once again, not have the fear of things going the wrong way.
What was the discussion at the line when Polanco came to the plate and Derek and Eugene went out
Yeah,
there?
I like almost every time they bring in a pinch hitter. I don't think there's a problem with going out and, hey, here's a quick reminder. And don't forget we talked about this in the meeting, and to make sure with the interpreter right there that something maybe we said 4 hours ago in our meeting didn't get lost in a big situation during the game. And had him into a good count. The guy's a good hitter. He stayed with a pitch that they tried to elevate a little bit on. But I think it's always good to make sure you have all the information for going into that at bat.